What's up, authentic fam? It's your boy Allende. I'm back with another video request. This particular request is coming from a subscriber named Luke. This isn't Luke's first special request video, and what he has here is there a difference in how you approach girls who are being paid to be hot, bartenders, waitresses, etc., or do you direct like any other broad? For instance, if you know there's a bunch of girls you would want to go out with at a restaurant, would you build a reputation with the restaurant owner, staff, etc., and build some social proof, or would you just see whichever girl you want there and then ask her out without hesitating the first time you saw her? All right. So, number one, I'm gonna thank Luke for his continued support of the channel, and I'm gonna go ahead and dive into this. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be blunt. It's probably gonna be somewhat harsh, but it's gonna be authentic as always. All right, so Luke is not unique in this aspect. A lot of you guys need to just, you gotta, I get it. You guys don't understand chicks. You don't understand what's going on. You don't understand the dating market. You don't understand these women's mentality. You don't understand women's differences. So you guys are either stuck on the negative aspects of women that you think are all the same, which are not. And then the positive aspects of women, you're thinking they all have that, which they do not. You guys are just really, really inexperienced, man. You have no idea what's going on. And because of that, women are running circles around guys. And when I say women, I'm talking about young women. Women in their early 20s are running circles around guys in their 20s and 30s. There's so many guys, you know, contacting me, guys that I know that don't even know I have a channel. I've had 3 different guys this month alone who do not know anything about my YouTube, never even been on it, tell me very similar stories. And all 3 of these men I pretty much either warned or tried to warn, and I just gave up. I was like, all right, he's gonna learn for himself. But they tell me about the new girl that they got or whatever, and they describe her. I'm like, yo, this is not gonna work. And they're not seeing any of the red flags. You guys are oblivious to this stuff. So this particular topic, the way that Luke phrased it, and I like you, Luke, but like I said, I have to be blunt. And for guys who can't handle bluntness, that's a serious problem. Because as men, we have to be able to be blunt and direct with each other. If you're catching feelings and you're offended and all this other kind of stuff, you need to go ahead, reevaluate yourself and get out your feelings before you try to join the brotherhood, all right? I grew up in barbershops. I grew up on basketball courts. I grew up in environments where dudes are gonna say whatever the hell they want to each other. You had to have thick skin, all right? You guys across the board need to tighten the hell up, all right? And I'm here to help you. So do what Luke did, email me, go ahead and get that one-on-one consult, and let's get you guys together, because you guys are fumbling all over the place with women, and it's really sad, it's really pathetic. So how I'm gonna phrase this, and you're gonna see why I had to phrase it like this, because all of Luke's questions, and God bless him, this is why he needs me in his life, all of his questions come from a place of like utter like confusion and lostness when it comes from women. The questions he asked me alone is like, bro, you are so far off of the mark. Like, you guys aren't even asking the right questions. You guys are so far off of the mark. So it's not even about what you don't know, it's about what you think already. It's about what you like believe. So how I titled this was Reasons Modern Women that Monetize Their Sexuality Are Out of Your League. All right, so this is gonna be the top 6 reasons for why guys in general, including Luke, need to stop even considering this type of shit. These women are way out of your league, and I'm gonna tell you why you shouldn't be asking this question, because you shouldn't be thinking about these women. Number 1, their priority is making as much money with as little effort in as little time as possible. What that means is these women are coming basically in 2 modes. They're either going to be amateurs that just recently started, you know, in a business or an industry where they're basically monetizing their looks, And this goes across the board. It's just, obviously there's different degrees of it. If a girl's doing adult films, she's at the extreme, okay? If she's a waiter, a waitress at a restaurant, she's at the other end of the extreme. But it's the same plane. She's trying to make money off of how good she looks and how desirable she is to guys. If she's doing adult films, she's already jumped off the deep end, okay? She's already willing to do the most, okay, with her looks to make some money. If she's a waitress at a restaurant, she's basically doing the minimum. She's doing the least. So the problem here is not that the way that I phrased this isn't accurate to what Luke said. It's that Luke grouped all these women into the same thing. That's the problem there, Luke. You put waitresses in there with like strippers, bartenders, cocktail. Bro, you can't put them all in there in that sense, because yes, they're in the same basket, but like I said, they're at different extremes. All right, so it's like a spectrum. So if you're talking about waitresses, yes, you might could possibly have a chance with a waitress because she's entry level making money off of her looks, okay? All right, so that's number one, okay? That their priority is monetizing their looks. So already that means you're not, okay, her priority. These women are trying to make money out of looking good from men. So can you date a waitress? Yeah, you can. But once she starts moving up to like cocktail waitress, less likely. Once she gets to like bartender, like more unlikely. Bottle service, just as unlikely. Stripper, extremely unlikely. You see what I mean? As you move up and you move up, as the position becomes more sexualized, your chances of getting this girl's interest and attention become less and less and less. So keep that in mind, guys. Everything that I'm talking about is a spectrum. So it's gonna sound like I'm saying absolutely not, it's impossible, it's not gonna happen. What I'm saying is, as you get to the middle and the far end of the extreme, yes, absolutely impossible. Don't even waste your time thinking about it. But again, if you're talking about just a hostess, if you're talking about just a waitress, yeah, maybe you could get her. It's still gonna be more work than it's worth. All right, number two, you're not in the top 10% in looks, and your sexuality does not have equal or greater value than hers. Now, this is very important because another way to gauge whether or not you're wasting your time even thinking about approaching one of these type of women. Now, let's say we're at the low end and we're talking about just a waitress. The question is, how cute is she? She's not that cute. Well, I guess she's just like any other girl at this point because she's not that cute to begin with. But if she's an extremely hot waitress, you have to ask yourself, how hot are you? Okay? If she's an 8.5 and you're a 6 on Wheat Waffles scale, you're gonna have to subsidize with some money, in which case it's not worth it. You might as well get a girl that's working a desk job where her looks have nothing to do with it. I hope you guys are keeping up with what I'm trying to say. All right, so that's what I mean by you're not in the top 10% of looks. So if this girl that you're talking about that's monetizing her looks is very hot, you have to be extremely hot. You have to be as hot or hotter than her on the male scale to even stand a chance. Next. Well, let me add a little something to that because I know some of you guys are still gonna struggle with what I just said and still think that, all right, what I'm saying is, if you're not overwhelming in the looks department, if you're average looking, then what happens is she's gonna put you where she puts average men. And you know where she puts average men? Somebody to be nice to, somebody to flirt with, to get better tips. So don't think you have a shot with her because she's like being nice to you. She's being nice to you because she wants you to tip well. She wants you to order steak and tip well. That's why, guy. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're not overwhelming in looks, if you're not far above average in looks, in which case if you were, you wouldn't be interested in this conversation because you wouldn't have those questions. You'd be getting her just because you're a super hot guy. So if you're listening to this and you're interested in it, you're not a super hot guy. So a waiter or a waitress is not gonna be interested in you, but she's still gonna be nice to you because she wants you to tip her well. Don't be distracted by that, okay? Enjoy your steak, tip her 20%, and keep it moving. Number three, you aren't making or guaranteeing her equal or greater amount of money than men collectively. Now this is very important because this is probably one of the best answers to Luke's question. But we're talking about a girl that's monetizing her looks, because the way he phrased it is off. Making money to look good, making money for, like, no, that's you phrased it all fucked up, bro. She's monetizing her looks. She's monetizing her sexuality. So if that's the case, right? Why is she going to spend her time with one guy? Why is she going to commit to one guy, give her attention to one guy? How is one guy going to be any type of priority in her list of to-do if that one guy cannot provide her with more money and resources than all of her clients and customers and fans collectively? It doesn't make sense financially. It doesn't make sense time-wise or energy-wise. So what I'm trying to say to you is that if somehow she allows you to think that you're like her boyfriend, or you guys are talking and getting to know each other or whatever, that guy that tips her the most is going to come before you. Work is going to come before you. All those guys, she's saving her energy for those guys because she has to act nice with this guy. She has to flirt with this guy. She has to remember this guy's favorite color. She has to remember this guy's dog's name because she wants to get those good tips, and she wants to maintain her customers and her clientele and keep them coming in to whatever the job is, whether it's serving drinks, whether it's bringing drinks to the VIP, whether it's serving steaks and remembering how he likes his baked potato, whatever the hell the environment is that she works in, she's trying to maintain her clients and add to them. So she doesn't have the time or the energy to care about satisfying or pleasing her boyfriend, which means you're probably going to be the guy that's over to giving her all this extra attention and getting very little back in return. So don't be that sucker, is what I'm trying to tell you guys, because I already see so many of you guys going down the wrong fucking path trying to like have these type of girlfriends, bro. If you're not that dude, it's not going to be worth it to you. You're gonna play yourself. You're gonna give more and get less, is what I'm trying to tell you. Number 4, you don't have the game, ability, or capacity to extract money or resources from women to the extent that she can from men. Again, very fucking important. If a girl is getting money for her looks from guys and she has the nerve to also have some game, she's gonna be getting a lot of it, right? She's going to be knowing how to talk to these guys, manipulate these guys, butter them up, and get what she wants. Now, if you're a regular dude going to a job, I don't care how much money you make. I don't care if you're making 40 grand a year. I don't care if you're making 80 grand a year. You're not making your money with game. You're going and working. You're working hard. You're putting in time. You're putting in hours. And you're providing a quality service or product to make your money. You know what that means? She don't respect your hustle. So in her mind, you're a normie. Okay? In her mind, you're a square. In her mind, you're a Vic. That's how she's looking at you. Just like a criminal is not going to look at a law-abiding citizen as being on the same level as him. If he gets his money breaking the law, he looks at you as a lame. He looks at you as a square because you go in and punch a clock every day to make your money and listen to a master. I'm just being honest with you guys, all right? So real quick before I get on to the next one, let me tell you why I'm qualified to talk about this and why Luke reached out to me and why guys reach out to me on topics like this. I've been a bartender. I've been a bouncer. I've been a waiter. I've been a dancer. I've been a model. See where I'm going with this? So I've always dated and slept with women in these industries, always. And I've never had to spend. They were always the ones spending. Why? Because we in the same business, we basically are doing the same thing, but because of the way nature is set up, they have a higher ability and capacity to extract resources from men because that's already the way nature is set up. Men giving women resources. It's not that they're better at what they do than it's in fact, I'm better at it because getting women to give you money and resources is damn near impossible for guys. So the guys that can do it are extremely skilled. And being that I'm extremely skilled, I'm putting her up on game. I'm taking her game to the next level. You see what I'm saying? So that's why those type of women, they mess with me. Number one, they respect me. Number one, they admire me because my game is at another level than theirs. And then they need me because I show them how to level up their game. And I'm far better looking than most guys. So I'm also monetizing my looks and maximizing on that. So they appreciate and respect the fact that I'm like the male side of the coin that they're on the other side of. You see what I'm saying? I'm far more desirable to them than the average guy because they feel like, yo, he understands me. He's in the same game as I am, and he's an even more talented and skilled player. He's gonna make me better than the women that I gotta compete with. That's why I can tell you guys that you don't have the game, the ability, or the capacity to ball on the level that these women are balling on. They are out of your league. Now I'm gonna get on to why some guys be dating and sleeping with these guys, because you guys are thinking, oh, Nayenne's hating, he's being negative, because I know a guy that has a bartender girlfriend, and I know a guy. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Those guys are losing in that equation. I'm gonna tell you why. All right, so number 5. Her incentive is either money or sexuality. So in order to have a relationship with her, you will have to dominate one or the other. But once you give her money, you're only a customer. You're a client at that point. And if she's only attracted to you sexually, she will never commit to you and will cut you and cut off her sources of income from other men. So this is the thing. The only thing that's gonna attract her is one of the two, bro. Okay, women that are strippers, women that are go-go dancers, anything where they get tips, anything they get tips for their looks. Only one of two things are gonna get their attention. Either you're spending some money with them, and you're gonna have to dominate, meaning you're gonna have to give her more money than everyone else, or the sexuality. That means you're so hot, she's so attracted to you physically that she's gonna deal with you. Well, let me tell you why one isn't gonna get the other. If you're spending the maximum amount of bread, then you're gonna get a pseudo commitment, meaning she's gonna pretend to be committed. She's gonna allow you to think that, yo, that's my girl, okay? But she's never gonna have that raw, burning, animalistic desire for you. Not gonna happen, buddy. Like I said, you're just a client, you're just a customer, basically. A customer that's spending enough to think that you're her boyfriend. Then the next thing is, if you're hitting her on the attraction scale, you're hitting her on the physical aspect, she's gonna give you that pure burning desire because you're making the box sweat, but she is not gonna commit to you in the sense of not working. She's not gonna cut off her clients for you, She's gonna give you that good poom poom, and she's gonna say, baby, I gotta go. One of my clients wants to hang out. He's giving me $500 to take me shopping, so you're just gonna have to be like, all right, cool. And what I'm trying to say is only a certain type of guy is gonna be cool with that. A guy like me. All right, next, and this is the final one, number 6, and we're gonna wrap it up for you, Luke. If you are desperate or naive enough to wait until these type of women age out of the market, they will never actually respect you or appreciate anything you provide them, as they are used to being given things for free by men simply for being desirable. They will never respect you and will never stop feeling entitled to this. You can only be a temporary client in your youth, in her youth, or a retirement plan after she's hit the wall. And keep in mind, the wall in these industries a lot of the time come a little bit sooner than the wall in the dating market, because there's going to directly be a younger waitress, a younger stripper, a younger go-go dancer, a younger bartender, a younger bottle service girl. There's always going to be a younger girl right next to her. So they tend to age out even earlier in these markets than they do in regular life. All right? So again, I know that was useful, but I know a lot of you guys aren't going to want to listen to it. A lot of you guys are going to be stubborn. You're still going to think that you can get these girls, and you're going to think she smiled at me, she gave me her number, she followed me back on Instagram, so Allende doesn't know what she's talking about, what he's talking about. She likes me. Okay, bro. Believe what you want. But there it is, Luke, and for everyone else who's so curious about these girls that basically get tipped for their looks, I'm gonna put it to you like this. If you don't get tipped for your looks, or you don't make enough money to take her out of that business, you're just killing time, brother. You're just killing time until she does something to the point where you can't tolerate it anymore, or she gets tired or bored with you and moves on, or somebody outbids you. Because that's really what's happening. It's a consistent bid. Okay? So unless you're gonna get one of those chicks that's an amateur, or she's just stupid, you're not gonna have any type of leverage or any type of advantage on her. Or you could wait till she gets old. So that's basically what's gonna give you a chance with these girls. She's either young and naive and just got in the game, okay? Which means it's a matter of time for the girl she works with are gonna hip her to it. Or she's just a stupid chick and doesn't even know how to make money or how to hustle. She's just there looking pretty and dumb. So she'll fall for an average guy's game. If you want a dumb, pretty girl, go for that. Or she just basically ages out and she's looking for a way to get out of the business. She's looking for a retirement plan. So that's pretty much what it is, guys. Bro, just figure out how to get normal chicks, bro. I don't know why you guys do it to yourselves. It's funny how guys keep on judging women and saying that that women are entitled and women have these expectations that are unrealistic. Their demands or what they are attracted to in a guy isn't even realistic, and they're all trying to get the top 10% of guys, and why would the top 10% of guys commit to them? Yo, bro, guys do the same thing in their own way. It's just amazing how much finger pointing at women, but it's like if you look at men are doing their version of the exact same thing you're talking about. You're talking about chicks being thoughts and just giving up the vagina resource. Okay, well, most guys today are simps and they give up the physical resources. Hello. There are plenty of women giving up sex with no commitment, and there are plenty of guys giving up resources with no commitment. Like, what the F are you guys talking about? Acting like only women are stupid nowadays. The men are just as stupid. They're equally stupid, but in their own way. So the same way women are like thirsty over this top 10% of men that they can never get, so many guys are thirsty over these Instagram models that they can never get, over these strippers that they can never get, OnlyFans girls that you can never get. They're doing the same damn thing. The girls are sleeping with these top 10% of guys and getting no commitment and getting nothing. And guess what? Guys are over here giving resources, donations, super chat money, cash app and money, subscribing to OnlyFans and doing whatever she liking all her pictures on Instagram. Y'all giving all your resources to these type of women, and you're not getting anything either. So what I'm saying is the same way that women need to lower their standards and settle for something a little bit more realistic is the same way that dudes need to settle for women that are a little bit more realistic. All right, start finding you some girls from small towns. I already made a video on that. Why are you guys trying to chase girls that monetize their looks in big cities when you could take your punk ass to small areas, small towns, and you can fly in girls from boring ass places that have never been to major cities and have an Instagram following of 367 followers? Hardly wears makeup. And it's just as hot as the girls that have to use a bunch of filters and a bunch of makeup and wear a bunch of tight, skimpy stuff. There's plenty of really good looking women out there who just don't doll themselves up like that. They don't market themselves to the society like that. Put the effort in to find those type of girls and stop wasting all this time and energy trying to get the attention of girls that are already popularized themselves. You guys kill me with this retarded ass thinking. Oh, this girl has 50,000 followers on Instagram. Let me see if I can get her attention. What makes you think you're gonna get her attention over the other 49 and 999 other followers that she has? What makes you think she's gonna answer your DM? But yeah, you can go find a chick in a small town that has 400 followers and she'll respond to your DM. And she's just as hot, she's just as cute. She's not blowing all her money in Sephora though with a bunch of makeup, and she's not using 15 filters on Snapchat before she posts a picture. Listen guys, either figure this stuff out on your own or donate, contribute to the channel, make some special requests, get in my damn inbox and get a free consult and save yourself the headache. And I'm saying that because there's so many guys coming to me after the fact. There's so many guys coming to me 2 years later after the relationship falls apart, and I'm like, everything that you're paying me to tell you now, I could have told you that before you got into the relationship with the female. So contact me ahead of time like Luke did, because what Luke is doing is preventing himself from wasting all this damn time chasing some cocktail waitress, chasing some girl that works at a restaurant that literally meets guys that spend good money every damn night that she works. That's the part that you're not thinking. That's the part you're not thinking about. Okay? When I was a dancer, bro, I used to bang 8, 9s, and 10s only. And the reason why is because if a girl was less than 8.5, there was no reason to waste my time with it, because if I waited till tomorrow, there was gonna be another set of super hot women that were gonna come in there, and I'll take my chances with them. So if I couldn't go home with an 8 or better, I went home alone, content, fine, got some sleep, got up early, hit the gym, and was hopeful that that night some really good looking girls, of course, were gonna come in again, and maybe I can get an 8 or 9 or 10 out of that crowd of women. And I never went 3 nights in a row without being able to take home an 8, 9, or 10. And the reason why I would never even have to wait 1 night without doing that, because I already got some in my phone that I already done banged. All right? But I'm in a position to do that, and only few other men are. Few other men are. All right, so the bouncer that works at that restaurant, or the male bartender or something that works there, he has a hell of a lot of a better chance of nailing these chicks than the customers that come in. Because the customers that come in, the chicks are already decided, I would not bang him. I know he's cute, but I would not bang him because I'd rather just make my money. See, women are a little bit better at not shitting where they eat. Guys aren't that smart. And that's one of the problems I had on the other podcast. These guys kept on trying to nail the girls that came on the podcast. It's bad business. You keep business separate from that. So right off the bat, Luke, if you're telling me that you met the girl at her job, bro, the odds are already set against you. And I'm not saying you can't sleep with her. I'm just saying pay attention to the 6 things that I gave you. And if you can dippy-dodgy around that and somehow still pull it off, God bless you. Consider yourself lucky. But generally speaking, these girls are going to cost a hell of a lot more money and time to smash than a girl that's not monetizing her looks. All right? They're being auctioned. There's something on the auction block. You're going to have to outbid other guys. All right? So other than that, I'm pretty much out of here. Either dominate with your money or dominate with your looks with these type of women. And just know that if you got to dominate her with your money, it probably wasn't worth it, because you could find a girl just as good looking that's not in that type of business. I'm out of here, guys. Deuces.
Lights, cameras, action, I'm in the spotlight from the Cape, rocking Cartier shade.